Wednesday. It's hump day. Wednesday, July 23rd. I don't want to really say this on air. I really want to hold this back because I'm afraid I'm going to blow this deal. But I just got an email. I dug it out of my spam folder. It's promising me financial freedom if I click and deposit money into the financial institution because they will give me back lottery winnings. Is there any... I'm excited about this. And if I had it, I would blow it on Wall Street Bets. We're going to go over all the short stuff. How do you find these stocks? I will give you a scan in Trendspider that allows you to do it. And you know, hey, we're going to go over all the short squeezes. I am on live with Trendspider today. I am on Trendspider's YouTube channel, not mine. I am on Trendspider's YouTube channel at 4 p.m. today. We're going to be doing Tesla and Google earnings. So go to this link. I will put the link in the newsletter, but go to the link and just set the reminder. I may go live on Substack on my phone while you guys can watch it and just point you over to Trendspider. But there's that one. And then we're going to go over some of the plays like Rocket Mortgage, which is up 11% today, which I gave you yesterday. There's a drone war. There's a stock that's up 50% over the last 5 days. Bezos met with Trump yesterday. What does that mean? Well, we'll go over some space plays because obviously he wants to get away from SpaceX. GM down on earnings yesterday based on tariff, and then we signed a deal with Japan. We'll go over all of that. There's a ton, including a stock that reported today that I was hoping would crash, but is up 10%. Okay, again, join me but for Tesla and Google as we kick off the Mag 7. The Mag 7 earnings. If you own any of these stocks, Tesla, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Nvidia, any of these, you need to know what the core business is. Is it growing? Is revenue expected to grow? Are the expectations down? You need to know this. This article puts it into perspective for all of them. Okay? I will tell you, I'm nervous about Apple. Not nervous that it's going to go down. I'm nervous that they're going to have to wait to actually show the iPhone sales versus pumping it up, doing a stock split, buying back stock, whatever they're doing. But we have seen Apple perform really, really well. This is a stock that trades 30 times forward earnings and has growth of like 5%. It shouldn't be holding up this well, but it is. Why? Because they have 2 billion handsets around the world that if they just invest some of the cash that they have on hand into AI, it will be a $260 stock again. And right now it's trading for $215. So again, the big moment, if you want to read about the stocks that you own, go and get Seeking Alpha right here. The article will put it into perspective, what's expected, blah, blah, blah. Now, big shout out to Steph, who is on the YouTube live right now, but KSS Coles, she positioned this one last week, and I wrote about it in the newsletter yesterday. Okay, well, we're not going to do that one. This one, let's see. No, we got to go back here. Overbought. I wrote about it in the My Take yesterday, just so you know the front portion. The market's crazy. Just when you think things have run, they run a little bit more. And Coles yesterday went for a run. And I pointed out that on Friday, July 18th, Steph had pointed it out to us, and I looked at it. And the short squeeze right here, KSS, it was trading at $9.63. Yesterday, this candle goes to $21.39. You doubled. In like 2 trading days, you doubled. Okay, it didn't hold up there. This candle is a 30% candle down. It went down to $12. Where is it trading right now? It is up 0.7 at $14.44. Now, does it have confirmation? Absolutely, it still has confirmation. Bollinger Bands wide open. Personally, for me, congrats to everybody who took this trade. If you read my newsletter and said, ooh, I like that one on Friday, because she pointed out the book value on Kohl's, you just had to go to FinViz and say, you know what? The book value is $33.74 because they own a ton of real estate. Now, will it get up to $33? I don't know. But the short of 50% of the float is the key. And I wrote yesterday about that one, and I wrote about Open Door. Okay? And Open Door has a similar chart. Now, the issue with Open Door, and I wrote about it yesterday in the newsletter, and I included this one little video where this particular analyst says, hey, Open Door is up 500% this month. You have 5 times your money in Open Door this month. He thinks it could reach 82. Why? It's a Carvana kind of thing. And again, this is trading at $2.60. If it goes to 82, it's crazy. But unlike Carvana, which deals in cars, which are depreciating assets, Open Door is actually investing in appreciating assets, which is houses. And it's really got no competitors. So do I think that this is one that you want to invest in? No. This is pretty clearly a short squeeze. But I've got this 1 hour. Again, I wrote this. Okay? I wrote this. This was from, it's a trade. It's a crazy momentum trade. This was on Thursday. Thursday, I put this in the newsletter. Okay? And I said, the 1 hour stock battle, which you can see here, July 14th, it has you in. I think it's a good trade. You still have confirmation. I said this in the newsletter. This is a 366% gain if you just played confirmation and got out. That's the way you play it. Okay? And meme redux. This is 2020. If you weren't around with GameStop in 2021, this is what it was like. 100%. This is what it's like. You've got Krispy Kreme adding to this. It's up 32. It was up 26% yesterday. It's up 32% in pre-market. Add that to a watch list. DNUT is the symbol. AMC and GME were the ones. Even GoPro is going nuts. It popped 41% and another 51% in pre-market. And you can trade these in a strategy that, like the 1 hour battle, okay? This one, it makes you 121% over the last 64 days if you bought and held, but over the last, if you just traded it in 13 positions over 64 days, you've made 67%. That's pretty damn good. And this particular one with GoPro right here, you're up 81% in 5 days. Now you might say, well, how do I find these? Go out and look for Wall Street bets. Okay, swaggystocks.com, they have them. Here's the top ones. I brought up Rocket yesterday. This one's up 10% in pre-market. Okay, and I said Rocket is just in recovery with Open Door. You got Wendy's, you got NVAX, you've got Bull, which is Webull, which was up 10%. GLD, which is gold. These are the top names mentioned on Wall Street bets. Now, if you just want to look at the top mentions of Wall Street bet and you have Trendspider, just pull this up. And they have it. The top mentioned, okay, the last 14 days. And we can scan them in the 4-hour algorithm. You can scan them in the 1 hour right here. We can just go down the list. GME has you in at 23.89. Juicy gap up here to 28. Maybe it's going. You have NVIDIA. You have OCGN. You have AMD. Lucid, which went crazy yesterday. Amazon, you've got Apple, you've got AMC, you've got Microsoft. Look at how much green is in this list. We are back in 2021. Find the stocks that you like. And again, I wouldn't trade anything in these kinds of holdings in like a 4 hour. I would do it with a 1 hour. And again, in the newsletter yesterday, I put the 1 hour stock battle. I put this back on Thursday. In this market, this is the type of thing that you do. Or you just look at the tickers, go to Wall Street Bets on Reddit and just look at it. This is why I like Trendspider. If you weren't around in 2021 games, it got crazy. But yesterday, I also brought up in the actual newsletter that with Open Door, Rocket Labs, and I brought it up on the podcast. And I said, hey, Rocket's up 13%, getting a pump, resistance around 15. Well, it broke through that 15 yesterday, and it closed at 1601. In pre-market, you're at 1680. This one has been going crazy in pre-market. Again, it's a meme. Traded on confirmation. So again, that's it. I wrote all about this, guys. I want to remind you another one that has a high short interest and retail loves it is HIMS. Okay. They have earnings coming up. Let's see. August 4th. It's trading at $50. $50. If you just put a line over $50, let's just put a line at $50 and see where that is. It's right there at the top of this gap that was created the last earnings where it traded down. And then it traded up. You've covered this gap, so you're not in it. The 4 hour algorithm has you out. But maybe the 1 hour battle, maybe this one over the last 60 days, it doesn't work, but it just got you in. And if we're looking at short squeeze like GME, and this is one that starts to run, go and look at it. Another one that is up 50% over the last 5 days is UAVS. Okay, 4 hour has you in here at $1.15. I wouldn't trade this one. This is a drone company. We're in a war. Okay, drone war. Just got you out with a 59% gain in the 1 hour strategy right there. And this could be one that shows up on Wall Street Bets. It did back in 2021 because I traded it. And speaking of war, Bezos was in the the former CEO of Amazon, was in the White House for over an hour talking with Trump. The leak is that they were talking about war stuff, about space stuff. Because remember, Bezos is now the Blue Origin guy, and Trump hates Elon. So let's just talk about some trade there. First one, Rocket Labs. This is one that retail has been all over. For the last 6 months, it's up 58%. Year to date, it's up 84%. And this is also one that Hamid and and Shai and a lot of people that I follow have said this is the main competitor to SpaceX. You can't buy shares in SpaceX right now. You can on a private market, but not in your your Fidelity account. You can get Rocket Lab right now. It's expensive, but it's always been expensive. The momentum, which is what's trading in this market, 1 year, you're up 777%. Shai's been going off on this one for at least a year. Another one, ASTS. ASTS is the one that does space satellites for AT&T, and Verizon let it slip. They've got a deal with them too. It's a strong buy in the quant. Year to date, up 170%. Over 1 year, it's up 346%. So you have some space ones. And I'll give you a bonus one. Park Aerospace. PKE. Okay? This is one that is military space stuff. Maybe they're going to start pushing up. put it on a watch list. This is an article that goes over the whole thing. You want to know why? Because it's really not covered. It's a $402 million market cap company. And yet they make $63 million in revenues. Do they have earnings? The valuation? Their PE is 42. It's expensive. It is expensive. But again, it's only $402 million. Put it on a watch list. It's a YOLO one. And Trump yesterday was talking how he's meeting with China. So again, we want Trump trades. Well, if he's going to meet with China, YINN, it is a triple leveraged ETF on China. For our algorithm, got you in at 41. Over the last 24 months, this thing pumps, okay? 89% you've made on YINN. It's again, just a YOLO trade. But if he says he's going over there and they announce a deal, you can expect that one to pump. Now, I want to go over. Trump said, let me see. Trump US open with Google Chrome. I don't know why this one didn't open. We struck a deal with Japan. I mean, tariffs are still a thing. And we struck a deal with Japan. He says it's huge for the U.S. U.S. stocks didn't flinch. I mean, they're up slightly. But you know what did flinch? Freaking all the Japanese car companies, because the tariff went from 25 to 15. Toyota up 14%. Nissan 9%. Mazda 18%, Mitsubishi 13%. It's not about Americans selling into Japan. It's about the car company selling in here, us getting more money. But who's going to pay for that? It's going to be the American consumer. GM was down 8% on earnings yesterday. And Ford, they're not selling more cars. Again, it's up 1.6. That's because that's an overreaction. This is a $50 stock. I believe it's an Alpha Pick stock. I think I own it as part of Alpha Picks. The dumb money guys yesterday, this includes Chris Camillo, they were talking about Yeti having its climb back. Well, take a look at it. 5 days, you're up 10%. 1 month, you're up 30%. Year to date, you're still down 1.77. What does Wall Street think that it's worth? $34. That's 10% downside. They're big on this one. I didn't listen to the full thing, but the big one that I saw was they have a thesis on bullish Microsoft. Now, Microsoft is sitting almost at all-time highs. It's at 505. Its all-time high is 514. We are going into earnings at all-time highs. Wall Street think that it's a strong buy. 6% at 540. Do you want to buy for 6% upside? Maybe not, because their expectations on earnings are big. But again, they said it's for the next show. I don't know it. I hold Microsoft long. I like Microsoft long. Am I getting nervous about 515 and only a 6% upside? I may start to trim, but it's trimming. It's not selling out. I was on Seeking Alpha's office hours yesterday, their webinar at 2 o'clock. It's amazing. Just type in Video Hub and you can watch the replay of it. But if you haven't been on one of these office hours, keep an eye out for it. It comes up usually up here in like an orange band that, hey, it's a webinar. It was amazing. There were 2 product managers on there, and they navigate the website like Steve Kress does. It's amazing. One of the things they talked about is down here on the left. You can't really see it. It's the find and compare. There's a couple of things, okay? This top ETF section is going to change. They're going to make it more functional. And there's a lot of these ETFs, they said, that are really, really good that just get funneled in here. So they're going to make this one more functional. I also discovered these damn comparison charts. I mean, let's just look at the chip and semiconductor stocks. You can compare them all. Taiwan Semi, NVIDIA, onsemi, AMD, Intel, Qualcomm. You can compare them all. Here's the quant ratings. Taiwan Semi, strong buy. It's the only strong buy. Wall Street, strong buy. The valuation, it's only a C+. It's not an F like NVIDIA. So Taiwan Semi may have more room to run. And you can see the total return, it's about the same as NVIDIA, except when you get to 10 years. Okay, AMD is very similar. It's got an 8,000% gain, but NVIDIA is 35% gain over 10 years. It's the only one that's up there. It is just incredible. Okay, I didn't know that any of this stuff existed. But one of the things that I do know exists are these comparison charts. Okay, you can compare this to this. So I was looking yesterday, equal weighted over the 5 days. So RSP is an equal weighted. What equal weighted versus market cap weighted? So VOO, it's a market weighted S&P 500 tracking fund. So it will take Apple. It will have NVIDIA as its number one holding because that's the largest market cap. Okay. RSP, on the other hand, just takes all 500 stocks and buys the same amount of them within the ETF. So when you see this happen, it means that those bottom lever stocks in the S&P 500, the bottom market weighted ones, are catching up. And that tells you the market's expanding, which means we can go up more, which again, do we have a pullback coming? Probably. It would be healthy. But within the S&P 500, we're pushing upwards. That's what that means. And I have this chart listed here in the newsletter, but you should be doing this at least once a quarter and look at RSP. Because when you look at 1 month, okay, RSP is underperforming. When you look at 6 months, RSP is underperforming. Year to date, RSP is underperforming. 1 year, RSP is underperforming. 3 years, RSP is underperforming. It provides you some safety and protection. If the Mag 7 are going to lag, RSP is probably going to outperform, but it hasn't. And same thing with QQQ and QQQE. Over 5 days, you've seen QQQE outperform. Remember, the S&P has not posted a 1% up or down gain. We're just flat. But you know what's gaining? It's those bottom level stocks. And it's momentum. That's what's been pushing us. Now, Oscar Health, which is a huge meme name right now, seems to be breaking out. They pre-announced earnings. And I brought this one up. And I think 13 seems to be the support. Well, today, you get an entry in the 4-hour algorithm. I need to add this. I think I have this. No, I don't have it. We need to put this on the watch list because it didn't show up in the scans, but now it's in the watch list. So 1472, this one, it makes you almost as much as buy and hold. Maybe it's a good one to come up here. Again, they pre-announced earnings. So this August 5th, it's off the table. It's not a catalyst. It was up like 10%. It's down 1.22%. But remember, this is one that I brought up that has $9 of cash on hand. So you're paying $14 for a stock that has $9 of cash. And we know that Trump hates solar. He hates renewable energy. He just hates it. Enphase reported earnings. Were they great? No. But I want to show you this pop right after earnings. It was crazy. It took all the solar names up. And then they brought it back to, they said, hey, our guidance, not going to be that great. And boom, the stock crashed. Now it's starting to recover. Any reaction in the market is an overreaction. And I brought up, yesterday, I brought up Credo as a top 2025 stock, a top second half 2025 stock, and an alpha pick stock. I brought it up. I own a lot of this. Okay. I put this in the chat of Substack yesterday. I have an alert. When the 4-hour algorithm tells me to sell Credo, I want to sell it. Kudos to anyone who took this trade and got 128% yesterday. because you gained 128% on the 4-hour algorithm. Kudos to you. What did I do? I trimmed it yesterday. I trimmed at $93.50 was my sell. Want to know why? It's very simple. I went through it yesterday. That stock has been on a meteoric rise. It is a hold in the quant. Wall Street says it's a strong buy, but their average price target is 91. We are above that. And when I got this sell, I think it's going to take one of these button hook style things. And I talk about this in the education section of the newsletter. The button hook, it's a half circle and we're starting to see it. You've lost confirmation. You're on the bottom part of the 9-day. Do I want to sell out? No, I'm trimming. I think I gained like $10,000 on this one or something, like a gain. So I have some short-term, I think I bought that lot back in February. I have some short-term capital gains on that one. But again, that's right. I bought with the 4-hour algorithm down here at 40 and here at 70 and here at 40. And I took long-term capital gains and I marked a gain of like $10,000. But again, it's 126% gain from that bottom, but I didn't sell out. I still own a lot of this. That's how I play things. How you play things is your decision, but that's how I do it. And that's why I tell you these tools, I use them personally. Go to Linktree. The top one is Trendspider. $52 a month. You can get the 4-hour algorithm for $50 if you are trading and you are making $10,000 in a trade that took 90 days. Okay, that's 3 months. Add that up. $150. Is that worth a $10,000 gain? Yeah. And that's how I use these tools. You don't need to get the $82 one. You can get the $52 one. Works for most people. Worked for me. I was a paying customer before I was an affiliate. And then the other tool. I wouldn't have found Credo had it not been for Alpha Picks. Okay? It came up later as a top 20-25 pick, as a top 20 top second half pick. But Alpha Picks is what it is. What's Alpha Picks? It's a data-driven portfolio with one stock pick on the 1st. We're going to get one next week and another pick on the 15th. And you manage the portfolio and they tell you when to sell. They even tell you what percentage in your portfolio. So say you take $50,000 and you put it into the Alpha Picks portfolio. I think there's 34 names right now. You're going to split that $50,000 into that. And then every time you buy, you're going to buy 1%. So what's 1% of 50,000? It's $500. So every 2 weeks, you need to come up with $500. Again, it's a portfolio that has beaten the S&P 182%, while the S&P is up 64% over the same time. And you see me do the research with premium. That's just a no-brainer. Now, if you just want premium and you don't want Alpha Picks, you can get a free 7-day trial. It's just worth it to me. And now, if you want to see the top buys from Interactive Brokers, we talked about Interactive Brokers. It's one of the largest brokerages out there for traders. Well, these are the top names that are trading yesterday. Tesla, Nvidia, Circle, which I went over yesterday, trade it. Open Door, trade it. AMD, SBET, which is an Ethereum play, and Palantir. Oh, and I brought up Robinhood. And I said, hey, Robinhood, 4-hour algorithm doesn't have you out. Just had a couple of buys. I did not buy here. I want to buy it under 100. It's at 102. I'm sticking with my game plan. But one that I absolutely should be buying is Webull. And Webull was up 10% yesterday. It's up a little bit, about 0.59% in pre-market today. But this has been a crazy, crazy run. 4-hour algorithm got you in at $11. $11. Okay, I have a Webull account. You can sign up for a Webull account and get free stocks right there. My Webull account started out with $1,000. I'm at 13.6 right now. Again, this is a play account. This is something where I do triple leveraged ETFs, where I do a bunch of different things. So I like Webull. Again, is it better than Robinhood? No. I like Robinhood more, and I want to own Robinhood more. Why? Because Robinhood it's not a SPAC. Webull came out as a SPAC, and I don't like a SPAC. But the actual, whatever Robinhood comes out with, Webull just copies. I mean, they just copy. It's an $8 billion market cap. I don't know if they published their financials yet. $129 million in interest revenue. They haven't put out their financials yet because it's a SPAC. And that's what I don't like about the special purpose acquisition stuff that Chamath does. You just don't get a lot of the information that you need as an investor. So I like Robinhood. And Robinhood earnings are coming up. Make no mistake, Robinhood is going to have good earnings. The question will be, how does the market take it? Because it's not just about the earnings. It's about the reaction of the stock. The earnings can be great, and they can announce a whole bunch of things. But when you run up 200% right before earnings, they better effing be spectacular. One of the stocks that I have loved and I was hoping for a pullback on, and I'm not getting it because their earnings were that good, is GE Vernova. This is part of the whole energy play. This is just a crazy, crazy stock. And it's a hold in the quant. And you want to know why? The only reason is the valuation. That's it. Everything else is an A. When you look at momentum, which again is the number one thing in this market, 1 year, you're up 229%. Just in 3 months, you're up 68%. 3 months. That goes back to April. Now, we can look at it in the 4-hour algorithm. Okay, GE Vernova, again, running into earnings, 92% up. And the damn thing blows it away on earnings and is up another 7%. I was hoping for a pullback. I didn't get it. Now, like I said, I am live today with Trendspider on their YouTube channel to go over Google and Tesla earnings. If you want me to take a look at it, I expect Google, I don't know what the market's going to react to. Is it going to be their cloud growth, which I think is expected somewhere in the 20% growth? Is it going to be the reduction in search revenue? Because I am using less Google search. I'm using Perplexity. I'm using Grok. And I'm using Google. I still watch 4 hours a day of freaking YouTube. So I don't know what the damn market's going to do. But I can tell you, over 1 year, you're only up 4% on this one. And it's trading, yes, it's 19 times forward earnings. Okay? But they're spending a lot of money. But the profitability, they still have a 58% gross profit margin. Their growth, they're growing revenue by 13% year over year. The S&P is trading at 24 times forward earnings. This one's trading at 19 times forward earnings. Its PEG going forward is 1.38. So I like this company. Am I investing in it? It's a top 5 holding in my portfolio. Am I reducing it as it gets towards that 193? I already reduced it. I reduced my position in this one several times during this period. Am I upset about it? Yeah. I just didn't believe that they would come back. This earnings is a key earnings period for them. They're going into it with an RSI of 75. They better damn well do great. Tesla, same effing thing. We heard today that Tesla's California, their registrations down 20% year over year. Down 20%. Doesn't matter. They're going to focus on 2 things. They're going to focus on robotaxi, AI, well, 3 things, and Elon's political stuff. And make no mistake, I don't think the stock will move based on the earnings. I think it's going to be during the call when this one's going to work. And it will move. I mean, here's the thing. You can trade this one, Tesla. You can trade it all you want. You can look at it and say, I've learned, hey, buying and holding's better over the years. But over the past couple of years, it hasn't been. Trading has been far, far better. Now, 1 year, you're up 32%. Year to date, you're still down 17%. You're still down 17%. Let me say that again. This stock is down 17% over the year. Elon is in a fight with Trump. 4-hour algorithm got you in at 310. It doesn't have you out. I'm trading this on the 4-hour algorithm. I have made mistakes with this, trading this one in the past. Maybe I'm making the same mistake because maybe we go down to 300. But at 310, I'm comfortable holding there because the 4-hour algorithm has me in. And when I back test it, the 4-hour algorithm makes me 65% versus buying and holding over 2 years makes me 20%. So I'm perfectly comfortable holding it. Now let's talk about the 4-hour algorithm because that's the way I do my portfolio management. Apple had you in at 201. I said anything around 200 is a great buy. Where are you today? 215. It may be going for another run. Their earnings are next week. I like this one. One of the spider sectors, XLB, gets a buy. Okay, XLB, it's materials. We know Trump is starting to do some material in these tariff wars. So he's including materials. He's including nat gas. He's including Boeing jets. This one may not tickle your fancy, but look at the gains in this, okay? If you held this for 24 months, you've made 9%. You've more than doubled, almost tripled. 27% gain. Just over 25 positions over 20. So you're trading only once a month. Your average win is 4%. Your average loss is 1%. You could even go, we talked about Apple. You can go double leveraged ETF. This one, 2 times daily, got you in at 21. You're at 23. It's a nice 10% move. This one makes you 1% versus buying and holding it, loses you 16%. So if you want to do, again, Amazon, their earnings next week. Algorithm got you in at 219. We know that 188 is a support level. Does it come back there because Bezos is selling? Well, if it does, you want AMZD. And that just got you in. Now, it actually loses you 37% on trading it, but buying and holding loses you 50%. So it saves you a little. Your average win is 4.15%. Again, using these is just an opportunity. And we talked about QQQE, the equal weight. That one got you in at 97 right here. You're at 99. It may be going for another run, the equal weight. It may be outperforming because the 4-hour algorithm just said today, hey, it might go again. RSP, same thing. It already had you in from this long run at 179, but it's saying right now, we may be going up. And by the way, that may, if we just put a line here and we say, okay, where's that 188 right there? Boy, doesn't that look like a top? Doesn't that look like resistance? Maybe it's going for another run and it's going to turn that into support. So again, that's how I use these charts. That's how I use the tools. So if you have any questions, hit me up. You can subscribe to the newsletter. You can do everything at Linktree. Trendspider sale is right there. The bundle sale on Seeking Alpha right there. Seeking Alpha Premium. Free 7-day trial right there. Alpha Picks if you just want the portfolio. The newsletter. Webull. Sign up for Robinhood. Get a new Tesla. Sign up for Visible Phone Service. It's all here on Linktree. If you made money, you can even send me a Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. Either one. And all the socials are up here, including my email address. So if you have any questions, hit me up. I will talk to you tomorrow. See you. Bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. sweater, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.